I'm Chuck Bejan, and I'd like to talk to you about my Cycle 7 project for CSC 842. This project is the tps7, which is built off of SCAPI. Again, it's my last SCAPI project for the term. And in this version, which we've been working on, we've been working with SCAPI for the first part of the term, but with this version, we've made some improvements over the capabilities listed for Cycle 5. We've added a couple command line parameters, so let's take a look at those. And what's new in Cycle 7 is we've added a ping operation, which allows the user to ping a subnet with either ICMP or UDP ping. And we basically let the user specify the first 3 octets of the IPv4 address of the subnet, and the program will ping the host on that subnet. We've also added a capability for scanning ports on a trace route. And previously we could run a trace route and then perform a port scan on each host of that route. Well, now we've added the capability to specify which ports to scan for the hosts along the route. And that could be done from the command line. We'll see an example of that. We have changed our randomization parameter, where previously we would have to do the -R with a Y to say turn on randomization of the order of the port scan. Now we don't need the Y. We could just either specify the -R parameter to turn on randomization, or just don't put the -R in there and you have no randomization. So let's take a look at these. The other one I want to mention is the file name argument, which allows the user to specify the targets of the scan, the target IP and domain names, and a list of ports in a file, in a data file, and have tps7 run through that data file, and for every IP or domain name in that file, there'll be an associated list of ports to scan on that host, and tps7 will scan them. So we'll take a look at the TPS program in action, and we'll start off by looking at the new file capability. This is a SYN scan. This is for this file option. We don't have a target because the targets are all specified in the data file, so we just put the word file in there as a target. And then we have to specify the file name, which is holding our targets. We use -N because the -F was already taken by another option. Our file name in this case is the same file we saw, the data file we saw in the other video. And I just called my target file .txt, but you could call yours anything you wanted, really. And just for the sake of demonstrating it, we'll put on the -R parameter to turn on randomization. So let's scan the targets in our file. We are reading the targets out of the file and building a list of scan targets, and then we actually execute the SYN scan on those targets. There were only 2 targets in our file. We see the first one is come back already, and it shows us that there were 2 ports of those that were specified in the file. There were 2 that were open, and there were also 2 open on the second target. Although randomization is turned on, you notice that it scanned the ports in order this time. That's just a fluke. I run it before, where the 443 will appear before the 80. It's just because this is a demonstration, it didn't randomize them in a different order. But anyhow, it's only a demo. For our next capability, we want to look at the rscan option. And this is when it runs a trace route and then it runs a scan of the hosts along that route. Well, we've changed this, and again, we're going to pick our favorite target of target.com. We've changed this to allow a -P option where we can actually specify which ports we want to scan along that route. And I just put some ports in here, and we'll try randomization again, and maybe we'll get things scanned in a random order. Alright, you notice the trace route's already completed. Looks like there are 8 hops, and it's going through each host, each of those 8 hosts, and scanning them, scanning the 4 ports that we specified on the command line, and reporting which ones are open. And this will take a minute to finish, but we want to see that it does get to our destination at target.com, and we should see some open ports there. And if they're in a different order than what we specify in the command line, we can confirm that randomization. Target.com, last host. Okay. Alright. And again, we're in order, so. Alright. Well, anyhow, I have one more to show you today, and that is on our, I'll clear our screen. That is the new ping capability, and that one allows us to ping a subnet. In my local LAN here in the house, 192.168.0. whatever, but we only need to specify the first 3 octets because it'll scan the /24 network, the subnet. What type of a scan do we want? We could do an ICMP ping or a UDP ping. I'm just going to choose ICMP here, but you could choose UDP if you wanted. And you see the scan runs. It's already decided that my router is up, which is a good thing. And to scan the whole subnet, it can take a while, but as it goes through the notes, you'll see the host start to come up. All right, so you see that it is scanning in order, and it's scanning the subnet. It'll take a while to run through all 253 of these, so I'm going to stop this here. But anyhow, that's a demonstration of tps7.